that one I turned on. There we go. Hey, Jeff. Good morning. Just getting things put in the right places. Had trouble getting the fire started this morning. I need a pair of tongs because that's rusted or something. There we go. Things got really damp over this last week. But that's all right. Fire's going now. As you can see in the corner. There we go. Oh, let's switch out to the safety glasses. So the charcoal that I fired up this morning doesn't bite me in the eye. Hate when that happens. Come on. There we go. Safety glasses. Yay. All right. That's right, Jeff. You know it. All right. I'm going to take this old piece of metal that I've got no idea where it came from, and we are going to turn it into a, what the hell is that thing called? It's the part that goes into the anvil, in the Pritchell hole. A hold down, a hold fast. We're going to make a hold fast today. And we're going to do it from memory, which means it probably won't be right. So, as far as I can remember, the first thing I need to do is put a foot on the thing. Hard to believe with the fire looking so good now that I had trouble getting it running. Hey, Jurgen. I ended up cleaning out my fire pit this morning, thinking I'd find a mess in there. Instead, what I found was a lot of coal dust. And I'm trying to bake into a cave now. Looks like AT&T's being nice to me today. I did switch over to using my iPad for my tethering. So today, Jurgen, I'm going to take this, what is the size of this thing? Bit of scrap steel that I've got here. 16.5 millimeters, 16 millimeters, let me see. 16 millimeters, sorry, 16 millimeters. And turn it into a holdfast, if I can remember what it's supposed to look like. The one thing I can remember is it has a foot. And then that curves to make curves away from the foot, up like that, and then up and over and down, and then straight into the hardy hole. So I think it'll do the trick, and this is the right length. I'm not going to cut anything off of here until I got some clue as to what I'm working with. Let's just give it a little knock, because I'm pretty sure this is like old sucker rod or something that we found in the yard, and I don't know what's on it. But it's brushing off. It's not, it's clearly not rust. It's more like a powder coat, it looks like. Much like what you find on springs, you know, car springs. It's not resulting in a yellow or green smoke blowing out of it, so I don't think it's zinc coating. Hey, Rob. I'm going to put this down here for a change. I am going to switch to a web browser and just get a picture of it in my face. So yeah, make a hold fast. I've been challenging myself too much with trying to figure out how to hold things while I work with a chisel, and that's like, well, that's dumb. Use the tools you got, you know, and the tool I don't got is the one that holds it. The tools that you know about, I should say. So hold fast. Black Bear Forge. He sells them, I know, and I should just support him and buy one. I probably still will. There we go. That's pretty. That's much prettier than what I was thinking about. Okay. Now I see what he's doing there. No, no, no. Don't show me. I don't want a video. I don't want a video. I want to see it on his store. There it is. Hold fast. There we go. Of course, wow. His are so pretty. Mine is not going to be that pretty. Period. Yeah, that's kind of like what I was trying to thinking about making. Who makes that one? This one is... Oh, this is also Black Bear Forge. See, that's the prettier one I was looking for with the leaf on the end. Okay, I'm still going to go with that one then. Leaf on the end. I love the leaf motif. You guys know that. So, hey, Kevin. Aloha. You are welcome. too late to be first. We're going to make a hold fast, John. I've been tired of trying to figure out how to hold tongs between my legs. I can't figure out the process. They just slip. They want to twist and slip right out. So I am not that talented. I'm going to come up with a better tool. And the better tool isn't something I have to invent. It's well known, well documented. All I have to do is remember what they're supposed to look like. So, I go to my favorite smith for making holdfasts. And in my mind's eye, because I've seen him do it, or I've seen it done, I had a leaf for the foot in mind. Whew. The sparkle's getting me. Might have to put a glove on because the wind wants to blow it right at my hand. Oh, except I took that glove out. I'll put this glove on. Darn freaking fire pixies. Oh, now you stop blowing at my hand. And it now stops at my face. Good job. All right, let's take a look at what we got now. Why did I put the hammer back? As always, even though we start with round, we got to go to square to do any kind of work. Because we're making a leaf, we're not going to make it. We're going to make it a offset trapezoid. All right. Driving a car rather than driving yum is crazy. Yeah, I appreciate you making it safe instead of sitting there causing an accident on the road. I like you showing up to my live stream. Put it too far into the fire. continue that end for a leaf. Get more aggressive with it. Now I'm getting to the point. Get the point across. Come on. Good enough. Doesn't have to be super pointed. All right, then we're going to pull that flat back. So we can define the cube we're talking about, normally doing for leaf lobes. There we go. All right, that's black, so I know you all are looking at it like, why is he still hitting it? And the answer is because. All right, back into the fire. Candle pans, nice. Too hot for it. Hell, yeah, 30 degrees is definitely too hot. I have to decide what I'm going to do when we hit up into those realms. It does happen now. It didn't used to when I first moved here. And that was only, what? Have we been here 10 years even yet? Let me think. 4. No, we've been here about 9 years, I think. Let's see. I'm ridiculous when it comes to how hot I think how hot is too hot. Come on, just do it. Yeah, so for me, around 80 degrees is when I start getting to be uncomfortable, but I think we're going to switch to a kilt at that point, and we'll be fine. That's just under 27 degrees for the folks who base their temperature on, the freezing point and boiling point of water. Common sense solution. "30 degrees would definitely put me off my mark. Let's see, 30 is 86 degrees. Yeah, that would do it. But we've been reaching 90s here, and that was not a thing in the past. So, really annoying. Came to the place with the best summers in the nation, and now I'm dealing with the same stuff I escaped when I left Florida, except without as much humidity, believe it or not. Everybody talks about the rain here. They don't talk about the rain in Florida because there's also so much sun. Here we have a lot of overcast, cloudy skies, without much in the way of rain, or if we do, it's a drizzle. In Florida, it's freaking downpour, such you can't even see where you're going if you're on the road at the time when you're caught in the downpour. And then when that's not happening, you're just getting roasted alive or stewed in your own juices. I am only one step up from medieval forge here, in that I have a hand crank instead of a what is it called? I always just referred to ours as a double chamber bellows, or a box bellows, or any of those other kind of more um, period appropriate bellows. There we go. Moved around all my fire and practically put it out. For me, it's a matter of I don't even have the right battery out here to be able to run an AC. I will be putting up my, hanging up my fan pretty soon, though. Where do I have that? Did I put that inside the? Because I'm at the point now where at 61 degrees Fahrenheit, where the coveralls aren't working for me. 61 degrees. Let's see, 61 is all of 16 degrees Celsius. So, did I put the fan? There's the fan. Time to pull it out of storage and get it ready for use in upcoming days. I don't need it today, but I will. I'll just blow it right up my kilt. Let's continue this. We've got our offset. We're going to come out here, a cube's length. We're not going to go super thin like we normally do. Come on. Of course, I just did it on the wrong side. That's easy to fix. There we go. And there we have the lobe of a leaf. Push it back so it doesn't fold over. Heat it back up again. Duct tape. Hey, Eric. We need the heat to go up, into the steel, not up the stack, but yeah, it's true. And if I'm not cranking that blower, I'm not making heat anyway, so. Winter's not too bad out here, though. You guys have been with me during the winter. Now, there's going to be a couple of weeks in July. I won't be here forging. I will be visiting grandkids in San Antonio. So that'll save me from some of that heat. So I think that's going to be 3 blacksmithing sessions. I won't be here. I don't think I know any smiths down in San Antonio. Otherwise, I'd do a remote. If any of you guys know anybody down that way, let me know. Let me put some of this in the back and start cooking up some green coal. Go. That'll keep us going for a little bit. Sounds like I'm getting some backgassing into my tweer as I hear sudden little pops of combustion as I go ahead and start turning the crank. Hey Adam, thanks for staying up late with us. We're good here as long as I've got a nice breeze, which reminds me I could make a nicer breeze by opening up the other side of my Smithy. But the question is, do I have my board over there to prop things with? I do. All right. There we go. Get some of that cross breeze going. Go. Nice and hot, ready to work. Doesn't need to be much thinner than that, since I'm going to be turning it into a foot from there. Now the question is, and I think I will, because Let's see if I can do this. It's been a long time since I've thought about doing this. Little chat, is that right? Sources, and window capture, and show. Where are you? Server, macOS, okay. Let's bring that over here. Cancel that. That's better. Finder, Edge. So that's the that's what I'm going for. And now I kind of understand. Didn't understand before why he. Let's see if I can expand this. I can. Look at that. Now I understand why this area here. You don't get to see my pointer. Darn it. Why the transition from the leaf up to the curve at the top is squared. And it's just because he's bringing the size of the stock. He's transitioning. He's basically doing a slow taper. So I will do the same thing. And we'll switch that back to anvil focus. All right. And boy, did that get crusty while I was busy talking. Blab, blab, blab. That's all you do, Jack. You know, I beat myself up because I don't invent, I just copy. But I realize now, as I think more about it, that my skills are still relatively new, being developed. I definitely don't have the muscle memory for making these things. And so how in the world am I supposed to innovate when I'm trying to come up with this stuff? But in a way, I am innovating because I'm just basically looking at it and trying to figure out how to reproduce it without much more than the visual to figure it out from. Oh, I appreciate you doing that there, Kevin. You gotta beat the rush. Ah. Yeah, I was seeing, John, that others of well, if you look, let's switch back to it so we can talk about it. That's the which source is that? No, not source, not that either. Dagnabbit. That's it, right there. If we look at it real careful, this one's got the straight, but if you look at one of his others, he actually does a 90-degree bend at the top. So I'm not going to try and get as fancy with the 90-degree. We might revisit that for another one, just because I haven't practiced 90-degree. What do they call it? There's a right word for that, where you have to do the upsetting and you have to do the the nice the nice technique to make sure you don't end up losing material along the way, thinning it out too much. But hey, Ben. Mayo Man. You get Kevin, my goodness. Upset. That's it. The upset corner. That's what I'm thinking of. I will have to practice those for sure. I want to. So we're going to go ahead and pull that square back. Use a little bit of half-face blows there to fuller that in. Clean it up. Back in the fire. Work on that transition a little more. Double checking nobody was busy messaging me. Hey, Steven. "90-degree upset corner," exactly. That's right. I'm doing great, Ben. Got a bit of information yesterday that helped me understand the nature of things that has been happening at work. I won't say it's good news, but at least not being in the dark for me is something that helps relieve some of the stress and help me guide my decision making. That's about all I can say about that. What about the feed is weird, Kevin? I see Steven. Hey, Steven. Look at all those people jumping in here. Hanging out with their blacksmithing buddies from across the country and world even. So the Quad State is a little up in the air at the moment, not because I don't have the ability to make the trip, but because of that self-same situation at work. There was conversation that involved people taking too much time of their unlimited PTO, and it's like, it's called unlimited, and it's definitely not more time than how much is taken at, say, any European-based company, like the last one I worked for. But if you're going to give people grief over that, and I've got to figure out, the appropriate response, basically. But the good news is that if I can get the time away, and it is a new year at that point for me, so therefore I think it's possible. I got the airfare for it now, so hopefully I will be seeing you guys at Quad State. Now I just got to see if it's going to involve putting my job at risk. I messed that up. That's... There we go. So for anyone wondering what steel I'm working with, the answer is mystery steel. Something that was found on my property or pulled from a scrap pile of my neighbor. I think actually that's what it was. It was pulled from a scrap pile of my neighbor's, and I have no idea what it is. I haven't tested it, but my understanding is, based on having that nice big arc at the top, I can I could make this out of mild steel, and it would work just fine. So let's see. Looking down. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. Where did I see that? Yeah, Adam's upside down. So somebody had mentioned. Gonna have to make another one myself. Okay. Don't think it matters much. For some reason, wood clamps are often 90 degrees. That's what I was seeing too. That when I went and the first thing I pulled up from John at Black Bear Forge was a 90 degrees, but it was clearly being used for holding down wood. Now, that being said, most of his stuff seems to be about tooling for wood, and I think it's just because there's a bigger audience out there in the woodworking world than there is in the metalworking world, so, especially blacksmithing. And so it makes sense to focus on the audience that exists. You know what's wrong with it all, John? I actually do like the work, and I love the people I'm working with. So that's what sucks about it. I don't want to abandon my friends who think that this is an opportunity that if you live with what's going on for the next couple of years, everything's going to turn out amazing. So we'll see. I am 55 years old. The question is, how many more couple of years do I have in me to put up with BS in the world? All right, let's clean up the crusty. Yeah, look at that crusty mess I made. It just sat there and crusted away. Cleaned up. Polishing blows, right? All right. There we go. I saw a fold over happening there. That would have been a bad thing once I went to work it. So now it's gone. Yay, 100 messages. Thank you, everybody. Raisins for everybody. Ben? Wood. That's how John got started in smithing. Really, he did the smithing because he was a woodworker. Formula for the diameter of the stock to the hole. I think it's 1/16. Everyone says anything she So are you saying I need to... So, okay, yeah. I can tell you that I sized the piece by being um, by being all sorts of crafty. Not at all. Look, it goes into the hole. It gets stuck. It means that I can do a little bit of grinding and it'll go in the hole just fine. That was it. That was the whole thinking. So if that was bad thinking, you guys can let me know. And I know that part of why it goes into the hole and gets stuck is because of the powder coat that it seems to be on this stuff. So a very minor amount of grinding should resolve that. As in, a flap disc will take off the powder coat and we'll be done. Alright, now I got to think about what my next step is. I'm not going to put the finish the leaf right now. Let me think about that. I might go ahead and put smash the leaf, but not finish it, as in not bother with the veining. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, only so that I can then eyeball where that thing will, where it will sit as I make my arch. Is there a rule of thumb for how high up, let's do it over here, how high, let's back up again, there we go, how high off the anvil it's supposed to go to make that arch? How high off the anvil should it go to make the arch back down again for the foot that's going to hold? And I need it to hold out here, so my arch is going to be like this because I want to get past the hardy hole. I need it to hold like right here. I think that's the best place, right in the center of my anvil. So foot up and over. Is the arch like, 2 times as high as it is wide? Is there anything that helps identify what the height of that arch needs to be? Yeah, let's not focus on my tuchus there. No matter how cute anybody thinks it is, that is not the point of the show. Yeah, because the leaf is going to project out, right, from here. We'll just go and switch back to the other view again. The leaf is going to project out. I don't have to necessarily finish it, but yeah. Yeah, I know, but I'm looking at what we've got here, Rob, and I mean, it's like he only puts in. It really looks like he's going about twice as high as it is wide, at the before the arc of the curve goes into the transitions into the straight. Okay. Well, and what I determined is it's a, what did I say now? Memory. It's pointless. On 0. Yeah, 16 millimeter bar. 16 millimeter. Let's see, what's the actual hardy hole? We'll do it that way. The hardy, yeah, 16 millimeter, 16.1 millimeter is what the hardy hole is, aka 0.63 inches, 0.625 probably. So 0.625, that's 1/2 plus a 16th, so that would be 8. That'd be 9/16. Or are we talking about eighths, not 16ths? A quarter. Yeah, that's eighths. Sorry. So that would be 4. That'd be 5/8. 5/8 inch hole. Sorry, 5/8 inch Pritchell hole. That's true. Nothing about these tools have to be static, right? That's one of the benefits of making our own tools, having the ability to heat up metal and move it. All right. Did I get enough of a transition? I think I'm going to pull it up just a little more. The least I should do is try to make it even, right? So at this point, I think we can go ahead and make the leaf. Maybe I will put lines in. The problem with putting the lines in is I am dedicated at that point to that being the side that ends up sitting up face up. And I haven't decided how to tell which side should be the face up side. We'll see. Okay, because that's long and it's possible that, switch back over here, it might have popped off. I don't know, look at that, it's still on the stream, at least in the video. You want the shaft long enough that it'll fit the thickest material you will use and still stuck through the anvil, yet not so long it bottoms out when yeah, that part I knew. That one, and it can't bottom out on my current stump, so that's not really an issue. The length, the biggest thing is how high up is that arch to be able to be flexed and holding. That's really what it boils down to when I'm starting to look at that. If it's too tight, it will lock fast and be difficult. Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely be cleaning this thing up. Rubik's Cube, Rubik's Twist. Yep, I messed up and forgot to switch back. Should be an equilateral triangle, except the shaft should be 1.5 times the height from the anvil face. Okay, now I got to scroll back and see what he's trying to say there. Need to grind the shaft down at 9/16. Yep, that I figured. Equilateral triangle. I'm not following the equilateral triangle business. The height should be... Oh, I see what you're saying. What I'm building is an equilateral triangle. Got it. The height and then this... Got it. Okay, now I'm starting to follow what you're saying. And then an arch at the top just to create the spring form. Okay. Now I understand. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too, Eric. I'll go ahead and smash this into a leaf, and then the opposite side from what I'm striking is the side that becomes the face-up side. That's my thought too. All right. Doo-doo-doo. Alright. Now that I'm looking at it, though, I think this is going to end up being my face-up side. We'll see. It looks like it should go this way, though. So, let's get the edges down to where that works. There we go. And that's mainly because then I'm pulling away the part that could lap over accidentally. All right, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna heat it up, bend it into its placement. Well, no, I think. How do I want to do that? All right. And this is the problem with I set the height just a little bit higher so that I wouldn't have to work so hard with my tennis elbow problem that I was having at the time. Now I don't have it anymore, probably because I have better hammer holding technique, but now it's too high for me to be able to use the blacksmith's extra arm. That's the problem I've been having here. All right, we'll do it this way. Tool rest. There we go. Get my chisel. All right, let's heat it up a little bit. I'm going to put the chisel here. Doesn't need to be heated up a lot. We're going to leave it thicker than most of the leaves I ever do because it's actually a structural piece now, not just a decorative piece. So now the point of the blows will be to try and smooth it out a bit. There we go. Good, good, good. Thanks for hitting that like button there, folks. I appreciate you calling it out. Jurgen. That's right. Don't want that leaf breaking off. Keep it girthy there at the stem. Otherwise, I'll be making another one of these. I made this adjustable stand myself. A little forging, a little bit of let's see, let's throw this glove on. A little forging, a little welding. Had myself a stand. There we go. That's all it took. Come on, get back in there. All right. Ben fits in the Ken box. Ah. You're not saying that all people in kilts are weird, right, Ben? You're just saying that there are weird people in kilts? All right. Let's look at this. If I want it to lay there, then there's that. Like that. Let's pull out just a little bit. This is one time where the angle just doesn't work for you. All right. We're going to switch things up. We're going to try to get an angle that does work, that doesn't involve shooting directly towards my the bits that I don't want to be shooting towards. Let's just say it that way. We'll go there. This can come back here because I don't need it now. And then we go there. So, like that. Then I put an arch in right about there. Start my arch right about there, I think. I'm going to just warm all of this up and start taking off the crusty stuff. But there's my equilateral triangle. That looks about like 45 degrees to me anyway. So yeah, let's go from there. Let's see what you guys are up to. Giving Ben a hard time, I assume. Yeah, Rob, I'll put an eye on that when I get close to done, because that's definitely a good point. Bubblegum Bubble. I thought he just worked with the Good Witch of the North. She made sure he got where he needed to go. Just a little impromptu straightening there. You didn't see that, so it doesn't matter. It wasn't exciting anyway. Hey, Shane. Yeah. And that sandy beach is why sex on the beach is overrated. Flipped your wife. Yeah, if you haven't yet, it's long past due. Anybody else old enough here to remember that commercial? I feel like a French fry. That was me every summer. And that wasn't because I was in Florida in the summer. So that tells you how bad Florida was for me. I was in a lot of different places. Let's see, some of that time was down in New Mexico, some of that time was in Louisiana, some of that time was in Indiana. No matter what, French fry. The joys of a military dad. I got to see more of the country and the world than a lot of people do in their whole life. All before I hit 13. I need this. Because I want more of my fire burning. We're going to go really long. Oh, is that supposedly God's country? Is that what you're saying, Rob? Have a good church there, Eric. Oh, that's what you were talking about. You were talking about Eric. Punch you in the shin. I believe it. I believe it, Adam. The sun is the enemy in my book. This stuff comes off just like the powder coat on. You guys can't see it. Anvil. Move that. It's not needed for a while. Just like the powder coat on my buddy's coil springs. And now I think I'm going to draw back the square a bit more. Mainly because I don't need this thick of a material down here, now that I think about it. I'm going to go ahead and move this camera back because it's not needed there right at the moment. There we go. Let's go ahead and let's get this good and hot. The material doesn't need to be that thick until it gets down to the 6 inches or so that 8 inches or so that'll head towards the pritchel hole. Well, you don't have any sunglasses anymore. That is absolutely right. If you don't have your coal covering up things real well, the amount of UVA and UVB can cause you some trouble. You got to wear your welding jackets when you're welding for that very reason. It's one of the reasons I do wear the long sleeve shirt. I don't know what I'll do in the... You know what? I almost always wore a long sleeve shirt when I was smithing for Ren reenactment too. It would be a blousey shirt, but it would be a shirt. I do not have much room, Stephen. This is a 14 by 14 pavilion, and I basically inhabit about 6 foot by 6 foot area when I'm working. Another 3 foot's taken up by my bench. About 3 foot's taken up by my forge. We have thought about where we're going to put the treadle hammer, though. I'll take a moment just to show you what I'm going to do. So, just for those folks who haven't seen this before, there we go. Let that sit there, and we'll go to this and we'll show you around. So, everybody's been staring at the forge all this time. That's the forge, that's the anvil. Right there. If I were to point down to my feet, that's the distance between the anvil and my feet right now. This is where I do all my work. This small little spot right there. Got all my tools on the bench. I just scrap wood on a couple of sawhorses, you know, portable, collapsible sawhorses. Bring you around the quench tank and the vise. What we're going to do, we're going to take that out of there, and we're going to move it to the opposite corner. I'll move my fire pail. You know, I can't think what it's called. It's for putting out fires, putting your rags in and stuff. There's the sledgehammer I'm going to use, and we're going to actually drop a 2x4 down from the roof into the ground over in that corner, and we'll figure it out, but then we'll mount the treadle hammer there. I've already got the 75-pound Trenton anvil I can put to use underneath it. We'll probably remount it on a different stump. That one's notoriously too light for it. And that will be how this works. So there's that. Back there. So that's the shop tour. It's not much to worry about. Hey John, have fun with that. I really look forward to being able to see that, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean it doesn't bother me to be in a tight space like this. If I had more Smiths, then it would be a problem. Hi, beautiful.
Hi, honey.
You got my indoor chicken out here, huh?
I do have one of your indoor chickens out here.
I've got six babies still maturing in the house. We're about to bring out a couple of them, I think. Christina just walked out with one. Say cheese.
Say hi. I know that voice.
Hi, buddy.
His eyes are pretty.
Uh-huh. Hi, buddy. You're just about done with the baby feathers. Here, let me help. Yes. You're so photogenic. Look at you.
Yeah, I figured I'd give him a break.
How are they doing with each other?
They're not.
It's gonna be.
And
I think the meat chicken's gonna end up being meat. Sadly,
I know.
we rescued. We basically were told. Oh no, I'm gonna tell you what really happened.
Christina has sucker on her forehead.
Christina has sucker on her forehead, and there was this one lone meat chicken in the bin at Tractor Supply or Coastal, wherever she went,
Coastal.
and she couldn't bear seeing it there by itself.
It was marked down
It was marked down, like that matters,
considerably.
considerably.
From $5.99 to $1.99.
From $5.99 to $1.99 because they're so expensive. And so she brought it home. But unfortunately, there's a few things about those birds. They don't live long. They don't lay eggs much to speak of. I mean, they do, but not like the egg producing that we're doing. And it looks like they're also little shits. And so I don't know how it's going to integrate with the rest of the flock, to be honest. I have a suspicion it won't. And then we will have to have it processed. Yeah, what, 12 weeks you said? 12 weeks they're ready for processing. It's crazy.
What?
Crazy how fast that their meat birds are ready. Not in the forge they don't. They burn up fast. They're mostly carbon.
He's talking about you like you're a lump of coal. Go ahead, you're fine. I'm right here.
Yeah, I am going to move the forge over. The only reason I haven't is the pipe is just right where it is. I can show you. The exhaust hood goes straight up, and I had to. I bought a. I can't. You're looking at the. I can't. Yeah, but let's make this useful. I bought a infrared thermometer specifically to make sure that part of the pipe wouldn't catch the the Smithy on fire. So it's possible I can move it over and move it back a bit and it'll still work. But that was the first pass, and you know, the statement, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's kind of why it stayed there. We'll go back to here because that's where we're going next. Do a little bit more brushing off, and then we'll put it back in the fire and stop talking and start cranking. Huh?
I lost the chicken.
Oh. That's what chicks are supposed to do. Blend. I can't. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It just settled right down there to watch me.
So I walked out. I couldn't find the baby.
Let's see if you can see him. Do you see him? Do you see him? It's like, where's Waldo? That's what we can call her. Waldo. Of course, we don't know if it's a male or a female.
Waldo or Walda. Pick it. Okay, so I walked out and the babies weren't anywhere near their little hutch.
Yeah.
So I was like, where the hell are the babies? Around the corner?
Oh, they're back where they started life.
Yeah.
Did you try to introduce it to the flock? Yeah, I didn't think so. My, the tiniest one. Yeah. Sam Towns had shop chickens, huh? Ben's wife is also Christina. Well, I'll tell you, Shane, if you have trouble finding a forge or you don't want to just build one of your own, I really enjoy this one from... this one is not a coal forge, yet I'm burning coal in it just fine. I can burn charcoal in it just fine, and I can convert wood to charcoal pretty close to directly just fine. Just by setting it up here on the side. Like that. Yeah.
It's falling asleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk back in. Are you okay?
Yep. But you can see there's the wood there. Yep, I'm fine.
All right, bye.
I'll keep an eye on it. Hi, baby.
Waldo.
Are you going to be my shop chicken? Not following you. Whitlock's Forge, I think is the name. Whitlox. It is true. I think I want to get my propane. It was a worried. I think I want to get my propane forge working again. Because it is good for small projects. Uh-huh. Okay, definitely got all of the powder coat off. Now it's just the typical scale that builds up as soon as it hits the air. Let's go ahead and keep on going down. And that way, if you have, what I like about this forge is, as I struggle to find coal in my area without a trip, I can always grab bags of lump charcoal or pick up the scrap wood on my property and just put it into the forge, and I've still got the ability to smith. I can't always say that if I'd had just a plain old forge. I assume Dad's up and taken care of?
Yeah.
I love how it's just laid down there.
Yeah, but it seems like it added inside especially. Like the babies do, they can't walk on it.
Yeah. I can pull out a chair for you. You can sit in the shade.
I want to sit in the shade. Sun feels good.
Oh my God, you're one of those.
I'm from Florida. What do you want?
I've just been talking about how I become a lobster in sunshine.
Pull my hair down the screen.
Okay, you have choices. You can have papasan. You can have big yellow-backed chair. All right.
Papa's on to give me slouch.
That's true.
Christina, don't do the slouch.
Here you go.
Thank you. I'm here. I'm coming out with you. You can bring your chair.
All right. Shane, do you got Italian heritage in you? Spanish? Is that because that is one of those things that I've seen from the folks who are so blessed. Oh yeah, charcoal can be used in anything. That's true. Absolutely. I'm just talking about the fact that I can even make charcoal on the fly as it's currently doing with this forge. Well, and as to say any forge, or you did say any solid fuel forge, right? Yeah, okay, good. Because otherwise, you can burn charcoal in a gas forge if you want, but you're still going to need the gas. All right. Coming clean. Coming clean. All right. Let's go ahead and convert the first, I don't know, 8-10 inches to flat stock. Yeah, I've got all the bars, but it's like basically suddenly, oh, now we're good. That was weird. It could be that the iPad took a siesta. Sorry about that, gents. Attention, choppers. All right, let's switch back over here. And I'm heating up the wrong part. Let's get the right part hot. The CIA hacking into my stream. Hey, dear, I have this indicator in the bottom corner, right corner of my streaming software that tells me whether it's a good signal or not. And the green is the same color as your hair. I know. All right. Easiest way to make square stock. Use the rounded side of your hammer, and it pushes it out nice to the corners. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Slightly filleted edges. We can crisp those up just a little bit here in a minute. That worked out beautifully. How much further back do I want that to go? Let's take a look. Just another couple inches. All right. Let's turn that leaf up just in case there gets to be a little bit of more heat down that way, since I've got a longer heat going on here now. I dialed my tweer so I can get more than a few inches of heat. Hot dog shaped earth. Wow. Now I'm hungry. You know what I haven't done this whole time? I haven't drank any water. I know. My wife's going to get mad at me. Stay hydrated, she says. I don't think the second one I got was blueberry cranberry. Tastes like grape. I didn't realize they had liquid inside them. All right. Well, of course it's hollow. Where in the world is the, where in the world did they film all that Lost? What the hell was the name of that show? The Kraft Brothers did?
The who?
The Kraft Brothers? Marty and whatever.
Oh, with
Land of the Lost. If it's not hollow, they couldn't have filmed Land of the Lost.
I'm right here, honey.
The flattening you're doing now is aesthetic, not 100%. Oh yeah, absolutely. That I knew. But it's, it just looked weird having a leaf with a big fat. So I want to make a transition. I could round it back out again too, and that would look fine as well. It just was way fatter than it needed to be for the leaf that's on the end. You know, Shane, I find that I get rid of more water than I take in when I drink beer. Although I did restock my summer favorite, which is the Leinenkugels Summer Shandy. I drink all sorts of beers, but when it comes to just relaxing in the heat, that's a good one. Hydration's a myth, this says Ben. Like the moon. Christina says kidneys differ with that statement. Hey, Jurgen. Did you get kicked, banned or something from the YouTube side of life? All right. How much further up did I say? I said about. Also, Adam, I don't think anybody's ever going to pay me to make stuff. So, I'm not doing this for any other reason than aesthetics. Aesthetics, and I want the tool. And I figure I might as well make my tool look nice. Uh-oh, my wife's been thinking again. Fairs? Not fairs. Oh, and Smith in front of people at the art. We have to have a specific license, I think, to be able to have the fire. But yeah, I'd have fun doing that. Yeah, I know. But like I said, I think you have to have a specific license. So, make it so, number one. Yeah, I mean, we knew that. Okay. Now just nice smoothing. Falling into an old habit. Holding the thumb on top of my hammer. That's a bad move. All right. Nice and smooth. I like it. All right. Let's take a look again. We're still in the green. Yeah, I like that. Okay, time to make the curve. Which means we're coming. How next? Now let's see if I can get the right part hot. Who's Cletus McFarlane? Jurgen and Jurgen. For the people. Wife just asked me to search for a brewery nearby. Almost time to go hydrate. There you go. Christina says she's game. Yeah, anything but Coors, right? Coors, but just don't give me the American Pablum. My father-in-law likes Coors, so believe it or not, I have Coors in the house. If you're gonna make me drink something that simplistic, 803 is the simplest. I want to go with that. Although the Leinenkugels are simple, but they're quaffable. They're just, you know, mostly water. Lemonade and water. Kevin's over on Facebook saying howdy. There's 2 Kevins and 2 Jurgens. Oh no! Oh, look at that. I got this thing sticking out almost to the back of my forge. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Huh. I make the bend. I'm not going to be able to do anything further with this thing. So my forge is 2 feet, 1.5 inches long. So it's time to start cleaning off the rest of the bit that's going to be used, or else I won't be able to do that later unless I just sand it. Yeah, I hear you. Make the bend, then turn it around. The other thing that could be done is make the bend and overbend it, if that's necessary. But the key is actually I need to make the bend so I can figure out how much stock to cut off. I didn't know how much stock it would take to do this job, so I'm just working it on the bar. Kevin went for his 3rd channel. Now you got to go over to Twitch and like me there. He owns a racetrack and now he's into sprint boat racing. Cletus McFarlane. What's that? Oh, really? Well, that's what Ben does. He uses his diminutive size to his advantage. Squeeze into those sprint boats. Ian Bolton. Yeah. Sprint boat to hydroplane. No, if anybody, I'm not. Yeah, I'm tethered to my phone or to my iPad right now. If anybody's stealing it, it's my wife.
I'm on 5G.
Yeah, so am I.
I turned off the Wi-Fi.
It's not the Wi-Fi. I don't use the Wi-Fi. I can't. Because Starlink sucks for trying to do uploads. Oh wow, I got that hot. It's wanting to bend all on its own. Just with a little pressure. All right. Let's just take a look at that real quick so I can see what I'm doing. All right. We'll take it and clean it off just a little bit further. Let's see if I can find where I'm supposed to be doing this. There it is. Well, dear,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to switch to charcoal if I don't take that trip to reaches south. I'm towards the end of the coal journey here. Not at the end, but towards the end. All right. I've got at least a month more I can do here, but after that, it's a trip.
Well, a month more will take you to.
Yeah, I know. It'll be August before I have to take it.
No, I was going to say a month more takes you to. And you never know, we might find coal down there and we'll just ship it to us. Texas coal.
I don't know about Texas coal. Texas oil. Texas coal. You have to have mountains for coal, so hills at least. Whew. All right. Roll bar in your sprint boat? Is that what you're saying, Ben? Careful what you lose there, Shane. Shane's down in, where did he say he is? He's down in Florida, vacationing with his wife. Huh? I have to scroll back a lot to be able to tell you that. We've had a good chatty group today.
Well, get to Florida while you can. It's going to be underwater soon. God knows it floods every time it rains now.
Yeah, right?
No pecking the butt.
Being able to see is pretty useful. I highly recommend it. right. That should get me the rest of what I need to scratch off there. Looks like I missed a spot. All right. Let's get that spot I missed hot and clean it off. Okay. Nice for you to come hang out with me for a little bit. Decomposing. This is the downside of using found material. It's free, but nothing's free. There's always something, some cost to doing anything, right? Most of the time, biggest cost is time. It's funny, we all think we're trading money for goods, but mostly what we're trading money for is time. It's just, is it your time or their time? Let's see if I got that right or if I got it in the wrong spot. All right. Looks pretty good. That should be more than enough, I think, to do the trick. So, let's eyeball where that bend needs to be. It needs to start right here about the transition point and end there. Okay, lay that in the fire. You guys can see it in the camera here now, where you couldn't before. Let's see if that gets the trick done. Pull my freshly made charcoal on top here. What do we got time-wise? Oh, we're coming to the end of the show. Wow, I took up the whole show just basically scrubbing a piece of pipe, piece of bar stock off. See, that whole time thing. Uh-oh, Ben's worried about shrinking. Rob's not back yet. That's right. That just means we're old, though. Oh, shoot. Guess what? That part of the bar has gotten hot. Time to grab a glove and some ointment to deal with the fact that I just burnt my hand. Really, all I want to do is make this last bend. So let's grab that glove that I should have been wearing already. Get that bend in. I just did it. I heated the wrong area. And that part is hot. We're going to quench that off. It does not need to be hot. Whew. That got me. There's a hole in this glove. Grab it with tongs. Turn it around. Try to keep it out of my face. Quench. Run some water further up that bar, because that part of the bar does not need to be hot. At least not right now, it doesn't. Good news is that was not red hot, and so that means quenching it was not something that's putting it at risk. All right, there we go. Back into the fire. Let's get the part I want hot. Hot, huh? There we go. Yeah, that's right. Less fuel if you can do it cold. Oh yeah, that sucks, Jeff. Keep it clean. No infection, you'll be all right, but that sucks. There we go, clear the airways. We'll get some real heat now. Ben, I used found steel. Neighbor had it in their scrap pile. And that there's no idea what this steel is except that it's powder coated. If it's mild steel, great. If it's spring steel, great. Really doesn't matter in this use case. At least I don't believe it does. All right. Let's see if I got it in the right place this time. No! Too far. Man. go. Let's see how much fuel I push out the back end. Trying to get the heat where I want it. Oof. There we go. Whew. That fire's hot. I'd just like to get this thing done today. Feel like I accomplished something. Let's see where we are. That should do the trick. I'm still in the wrong place. What the heck? Let's pull it further back out of the fire. Yeah, as long as I don't quench it while it still has color in it, I should be fairly safe. All right, now we're where I want my transition, my curve to start. So let's see if I can get that right. Anvil. This. Nope. I'm pretty sure it's not in the right place. All because I have too much heat in this area here. And that's where I can't quench it. Okay. Let's try this again. Heat here. There. There. The usual. Jack decided to touch hot metal. Learns he's still not Vulcan. The god, not the people. My wife would say or my ex-wife would say I am Vulcan. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Especially your burnt fingers. All right. think that should be hot enough in the right place this time. Let's find out. Yes. All right. Finally, I should be able to make my knee. Real straightforward, right? That's what they... I need to give that a twist. It's gotten twisted on me. I also need it to be about 45 degrees. Let's see if I can work on burning myself again. I did not, by the way. Just got to the point where I felt the warm and I was like, nope, we're dropping that. All right. Not quite 45. Holding it up and looking at it, not quite 45. Let's flip it over, hook it the other way, pull it towards me. That's closer to 45. Close enough that I feel I can come in here and do this. Figure out how to hold it in such a way as to, there we go. Get that straight. We will end up doing a twist to get it untwisted. That's pretty freaking close to exactly where I want it though. Equilateral triangle, as Adam said. Pretty freaking close. I'm going to heat that up so it'll move a little easier for me. Now, can I get it in there? I can just get it into my forge. Oh, that's so awesome. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me switch over because the ability to get it in there was tight. I'm going to move everything around. Make everybody sick watching my live stream at the moment. There it is. Barely. In there. At an angle. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have more fun. I'm going to give it the what's the right word? The bend view. There we go. You can't see squat with that light. That's bright. That's bright. There we go. It just fits in there. Fun. All that new converted charcoal right there can sit on top. With as much charcoal as I just made, I could probably forge in here for another hour. Oh well. drink a 6-pack if he burns himself. Oh, we got a new drinking rules, drinking game for this channel now, huh? Got it. That's a good display if Shane can read the phone from the sunny beach. Hey, did you lose anything, Shane? Take care, Rob, if you're heading out, if that's what that means. I'll be done here in a second, but I admit the stream has gone long just because I want this to be done. We will go here and here. And now all we're doing is little straightening. Yeah? Nice. We'll come back over here. Bring it over here. Let's see if it's actually still in view. Not quite. We'll fix that. We'll just look up. That's what Ben has to do. And then we'll come in here. We'll use the vise to do my straightening for me. While we're in here, we will grab this and give this just a little tweak. There we go. There we go. That should do it. Good. Then we come back over here. We give it a tappity tap. And now everything should be lined up neatly. Just doing some straightening because it's not necessary, but it's nice to have everything in alignment so you're not guessing, I guess, when you're this is cold bending, I guess you would say. It's not terribly cold, but it's colder than it would be otherwise. There we go. That looks good. And that looks good. I like it. And now, the question is, how much do I need before I cut it off? And I think the answer is about 6 inches from the bottom of the leaf. Should do the trick. So right about there. From here, straight across, another 6 inches, right about there. I think should do the trick. And I cleaned off way more of the bar than I needed to because I couldn't tell how much I would need. But the good news is, that means I don't have to do it when I use this bar next time. There we go. That wasn't too hot, thankfully. And tongs. Tongs to tongs, tongs, tongs. Let's see if it's going to actually... see if it's going to fit into my... Okay. So, I think we all know that I probably don't want to leave it as is because it'll be fun to take in and out over and over again. Actually, no. I think the reason it was like that was just simply, yeah, it's hot and there's still, so therefore it still has scale on it. It's going to be fine. So let's warm up the leaf end so we can adjust the shape of it. Actually, let's we're so close to done that I have to just make sure I'm thinking through the last little bits here. Let's clean off. I'm going to actually get the good old noisemaker out and wire brush it good. Let's switch you over to where you can watch the oh so exciting aspect of this, the final touches. I really should be wearing hearing protection right now. Here, let me put some on. It's probably not doing your ears any good either, but at least you can turn the volume down. There we go, hearing protection enabled. Nah, wrong tool. I will need this in a minute, but let's put it out of the way for the moment. There we go. Okay. Exciting content, eh? One more side, and then the leaf. All right. Now, just to heat up the leaf, we'll clean it off again one more time because I have to heat it up. But heat it up just so I can give it the correct angle for holding something on the face of this anvil. Okay, now scrolling back. Fun things are happening. I could do a spark test. Let's see. Do I have a flap disc handy? Or I think I have something handy. I know I do. Question is, where did it get put? Do 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 do. This goes back on my rack. I pushed some coke out the back of my forge. I'll have to go and collect after a bit. What do I have in there right? Oh yeah, look at that. I could use that. That will work. Let's put that piece that I just put away right back on here. Actually, I got a better idea because I need to take off a little bit of the bottom of that leaf anyway. Let me grab that. Put that here. Because as Jurgen, I think it was, said, we don't want a cold shut right there to be a problem. So we're going to take off a millimeter, get rid of that cold shut. But sorry, Ben, us tall folk prefer looking at this view, I think, from up higher. So there's this. So I'm getting sued for running long. Is that what we're saying here? I don't blame you. All right. Hey, but you're the one still here, so that's what I have to tell my wife all the time. You know, she married me. Well, it does have some sparkle, doesn't it? right, there we go. That should be flat now. And that was just because I wanted my leaf to have a better point. All right. I do believe I have spring steel here, which makes me wonder, should I heat treat? Or is it worthwhile? In the meantime, good. That's not mild steel, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Not mild steel. So the question is, do I heat treat? I had a suspicion it was something like sucker rod, but I couldn't be sure because, like I said, just came out of a scrap pile. I love the fact that you guys can look at sparkles and know exactly which steel you're talking about. Well, barbells oftentimes can have powder coat on them, but I don't think this is the right size material for a barbell. Thank you, Ben. All right, I have to now scroll back because I just heard somebody saying no sparks came. He did. No, I never did a spark test. That was it. That was the spark test. Parked in the beach, so phone stayed in the shaded car. Tide came in, so we left before I reached the car. Yeah, because otherwise you're getting flooded. What sketched you out there, Ben? Was that me free-holding the piece that I was wire brushing? That can get some folks after a while. We're going to go back over to the anvil. You guys can get the side view of my tuchus. The torsion bar, yeah. So what temperature would annealing be? Is it something I can do in my oven, or is it something I have to do in vermiculite? What are we talking about? Okay, so now is where I'm just getting the leaf down into where it needs to. Yeah, I just had to remember where the hell I put my hammer. There's my laying flat. And clearly I don't have a 45-degree angle in there. So now the question is, do I work on getting a better 45-degree angle? I think I like where it is, so I'm not so concerned about it. It's laying flat. And now let's just put a tiny little flourish on it. Tiny little flourish. There we go. There's my flourish. Completely unnecessary, doesn't do anything except perhaps cause me a risk of stabbing myself. All right, now let's see it actually hold something down. Actually, I don't know if I can right this second. And I may still have to take off just a hair bit. Maybe that's just a straightening situation. Let's do. What do I need to do to get this where I need to hold it? There we go. There we go. Got it. Man, it looked like a 45-degree angle, but I guess I must have been off. All right. Let's get something underneath it. See if it'll hold it. There's a thing I can hold underneath it. Nice. Yep, that's nice. Yay! And then just tap it like, oh my God, I have a genuine blacksmith tool made specifically for anvils. That's 2 of them now. And I made them both. I gotta take photos and post that shit. All right, folks. I am just overjoyed with how that came out. And I appreciate you coming along. Well, that was the wrong one. Coming along for the ride with me. So, yeah, I remember now. It's hold fast. In other words, I just can get it hot in my current forge at the moment and then just leave it in there and let it cool down as the coals cool. Is that right? There we go. My first hold fast. Very good. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do then. I've just taken the photo. I can put it in there. We'll give it another wire brush before I use it next. Put some oil on it next, etc. But I do appreciate you coming along for the ride with me. I will call this one an amazing success and a completed stream, and release you all from having to put up with me any further today. And hope you don't sue me for keeping you so late. Love you all. Be a light in someone's life. Be well.